All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye, coming to you again very, very, very late for a preview of the Arsenal versus Qarabag game. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, straight up, I wasn't gonna do this preview. I'm gonna lie, I was gonna miss out on this fixture altogether. But I kind of thought, you know what? I'm just about to go to bed. Let me bang this out for you guys real quick. Do the review tomorrow real quick. Get this out of the way because that's the type of tie it is. It's just one of those ones where there's a nothing. It's a nothing tie. We've already won this group. Really, it's about looking forward to kind of the next phase of this competition now, where it starts to become knockout stages, and that's where you get rid of some of these teams like Qarabag. And you start to play the real teams. This will effectively, the competition starts now. Well, after tomorrow. And I think that's where my excitement will start to build. And I think where a lot of people's excitement will start to build. Even as a YouTuber who makes these videos, you notice the views aren't so hot where you're talking about Arsenal versus Qarabag. But then the interest starts to peak when you talk about Arsenal versus AC Milan, Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, because that's what happened to me last year, and I expect something similar to happen this year. The teams that have been dropped down from the Champions League already, not to forget that Chelsea are still in the mix. This is going to be a harder competition, in my opinion, to win this year than it was last year. But we're a different team, we're a different outfit in the sense that we have a different manager and a different approach and a different ethos. And that's given us as fans a different attitude towards this competition. We see in the Premier League every year that it's always difficult to make the top four. And you've got 6 teams, forget my banter when it comes to United. You've got 6 teams trying to vie for 4 places. And if there is another route into the Champions League, we should take it. So that's why we are taking this competition seriously. Nevertheless, we have already won this group. We've already qualified for the next round. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity for fitness building for some players and just general rotation for others. We need to heal up as much as possible before going to Southampton, which on the one hand might make a lot of people laugh. Why are you worried about Southampton? Historically, Southampton's not been a very kind place to us. Last year, was it last year or the year before, where we lost 4-0? I think it was the year before. I think that was the year that Leicester won. We lost 4-0, and I think we were top of the league at that time. We lost 4-0 on Boxing Day, and I just shook my head like, what just happened? And I don't want that to happen this year. But anyway, I digress. That's this weekend. Let's talk about the quarterback FC, as Frimpong will say. Well, I mean, we found this game pretty straightforward last time when we went out there. The standout performance with Joe Willock. Joe Willock was amazing to me on that day. Man of the match for me. I thought Eddie was very, very good. I thought Smith Rowe had some bright spots as well. And it'd be really interesting to see the way these kids develop going into this game. And I hope that we can show something. Show some type of fight going into this game. So yeah, for me, this would be the 1-11 that I'd pick. My hopeful 1-11, not what I think Emre would pick. So I'm going to go with Petr Cech in goal. It's very clear that he's our number 2 now. This is a game that a number 2 would play. So Petr Cech goes in goal. No issue with that. I'm going to go with a back 4 for this game. We're at home against a team we should have most of the ball against. I don't think we need to contain. Yeah. So with that being said, I'd play Carl Jenkinson. Yep, you heard me. Carl Jenkinson at right back. You know, while he's here, he may as well earn his money. Carl Jenkinson at right back. I suspect we may need Lichtsteiner for something at the weekend. So I'd rest him. The guy's played a couple of games back to back now, and he is 34. He is every bit of 34. So we do need to look after him. So in my opinion, I'd rest him and I'd play Carl Jenkinson. Centre backs, Koss the boss. Every time I say that, I think I leave. Every time. Koss the boss is back. So, yeah, this is a game where I think most people anticipated he'd play. We need to get him up to speed, particularly because it looks like he's going to play at the weekend, given the fact that Mustafi, I think, is suspended and injured. Although I don't know, people are trying to play. I've not heard people mention his injury since he limped off at the weekend, but I remember him limping off. So I think he's injured, but maybe not. Maybe he's just suspended. And Socrates is also suspended. So we're going to need Koscielny. So with that in mind, I play Koscielny in this game. And then Socrates ain't going to play at the weekend, so I might as well play him in this game. I've got a feeling that could be quite a formidable centre-back partnership. I mean, not that they're going to need it against Qarabag, but yeah, which is unlucky for someone like a Medley, who I'd like to see more of. I don't see Koscielny playing 90 minutes of this game. In fact, I'd be fine with him playing an hour, bring him off, throw on a Medley and see how we go. So with that in mind, Koscielny, Socrates are my two centre-backs. Left back, I play Monreal. It's not like he's been playing a lot of football anyway. So why not play this game? So Monreal plays left back. In the middle, I played Joe Willock. I thought it was fantastic in the last game. There should be no reason that you don't play him in this game. I think it sends out the wrong message, actually, if he doesn't play this game. So Joe Willock plays in the middle for me. Alongside him, I play Ainsley Maitland-Niles, not a Guendouzi. I would love to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles in his actual spot against someone who I would assume knows quite well. So yeah, for me, I'd play those two as my two central midfielders. I think that could be a really good, formidable central midfield. Perhaps with the view of putting Guendouzi on the bench, just in case. Then my three attacking midfielders would be. I'm going to put Mesut Ozil as number 10. Emre's more or less indicated that he's going to play some part as he's back from his back injury. So he's going to play as a number 10. No, I don't believe the Fortnite theory for Ozil defenders. Yeah, so he's going to play as a number 10. So let's see. So Mesut Ozil plays as a number 10 for me. On the right-hand side, I'd be tempted to play Mickey. Now, my understanding is that Smith Rowe hasn't trained. That's my understanding. If he has trained and is able to make the game, then obviously for me, he plays on the right-hand side. But my understanding is he hasn't played. So if he hasn't played, then yeah, for me, I would I'd play Mkhitaryan. Again, it's not like he plays a lot of football. He's getting a half here and there and then being hauled off, or is coming on and trying to make an impact. He clearly needs to find confidence from somewhere. And if we are holding on to him until the end of the season, at the very least, then let's see what we have in this player. Let's see if we can rediscover it against a team that we should absolutely whoop the arse of. And if Mkhitaryan can grab himself a goal, that might make all the difference. So Mkhitaryan plays on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, for almost a similar reason, I'd play Alex Iwobi. in this game. Form has dipped, and I'm man enough to say that, even as a fan of his and as a countryman of his. I will admit it. His form has dipped. I would use this game as an opportunity to try and get his confidence back. Alex Iwobi is 100% a confidence player. In fact, much like Mkhitaryan, 100% a confidence player. If the confidence ain't there, he's going to produce shit. And I think against these guys, I think it would be an ideal opportunity for him to produce something. Plus, he knows certain members of the team quite well, in your Ainsley Maitland-Nileses, your Joe Willocks. So yeah, I'd play him in this game. Now, some might ask, why haven't I put Aaron Ramsey in this team? Again, it was my understanding that Aaron Ramsey was injured. That's the reason he's not in my team. If he was fit, I'd consider playing him on the right-hand side, actually. Maybe doing some sort of dual swapping with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But anyway, I digress. Alex Iwobi plays on the left-hand side. All for Eddie Nketiah to play up top by himself. I actually thought did quite well without scoring. Did everything but score when we played last in the Europa. I thought he did everything but score. So it'd be good to see him finish the group and finish it strong with the goal. You know, he hasn't featured in the league yet, but he's our third choice striker now. So if something happens, God forbid, to Lacazette or Aubameyang, we're going to be calling on this kid. So he needs to be ready. And it's our responsibility to get him ready. So yeah, for me, Eddie Nketiah plays in this game. To me, I think it just depends. This will be a win. It just depends on how motivated we are. I think there are a lot of people who have some things to prove. People who need a goal for confidence. Your Eddies, your Iwobis, people like that. Your Mkhitaryan's. And yeah, people are trying to get up to fitness. I'd be very disappointed if we played my team and conceded a goal. But I'm going to go with 3 now. I see it's being routine. And then on to the next. Anyway, guys, you let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. I appreciate every time you guys do that. Just going through the motions of this game, I'll be real. Just trying to get to the Southampton game. By the way, I had a special guest on ready for the preview for the Southampton game. Unfortunately, they told me today that they couldn't make the Southampton game, but they're very, very keen for them to be on the show. You guys will very much enjoy this person. No, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Can I give you guys a clue? Nah, the clue would give it away. Anyway, it's time to go. Take care.